When will you score the first goal in this season?
Good question. Yeah, we're all wanting it. It's difficult to say. Obviously, we probably should have scored in Midtjylland. We had good chances, and we know that going 4 games without scoring is not good enough for a club like this. But I'm giving the same answer. But on the flip side, we're not conceding, so that's a positive sign. And I'm sure once one goal comes, a lot more will come. It's easy to say, but we've had a lot of new players come in, mostly attackers, Danish, Michael, Usman. So I'm sure once they get one, the rest will follow.
How is it to have a fellow Englishman in the defence now? In the first 4 games of 2026.
Yeah, no, it's good. Not just on the pitch, off the pitch. It's obviously good as well for me because I can talk about things that probably couldn't talk about with other people, just being English. And I think you sort of have that relationship before you even start playing because when there's someone else from your country, you sort of gravitate towards them. And I think we've done that. We've both obviously played in England. Both played in Italy, so there's a lot of things in common, and I think it's showing on the pitch. Obviously, he's played 4 games, and we've kept 3 clean sheets. So he's been a good addition, and long may it continue.
Yeah, and how does that come to you? You're making 3 out of 4 clean sheets already in the season.
I don't know, because obviously we haven't had a lot of time before the first game to work with each other, because he come midway through the camp in January, so. There weren't a lot of time. It sort of just clicked, and once you get 1 and you get 2, then I think a lot of confidence has a part to play, and so we're both confident we're keeping clean sheets, and we just got to keep going like this.
Yeah. What is the goal for the season?
So it's difficult to say. Obviously, when we set out at the start of the season, we wanted to win the league. We've obviously gave ourselves probably too much to do now, but we just got to make sure we finish in the European spots, and then qualify for Europe next year, because it's no good finishing in the spots and then not making the real competition, because in Denmark the manager says it as well, there's not a lot of games, so we need the European football so there is 2 games every week, and that's in my head, that's my aim, to try and play European football next year with this club.
Can you say something going back to your partnership with Godfrey?
Yeah.
Like your roles? What is your role?
It's not really changed really. My role's the same as it was before Christmas. Nothing's really changed. He's just come into the back 4, and obviously he's had to change a little bit to the style of this manager. But I think that happened quite quickly with the manager and coaching staff. Obviously coming from England, it's probably easier for him to settle in. And my role's not really changed. It's just do what I was doing before, and try and improve every game.
It's no secret that you have a bit difficulties making goals.
Yep.
How big a focus had the attacking play been in your training the last couple of years?
Probably been a bit more emphasis on the attacking side. Like you say, everyone can see we're not scoring a lot of goals, but I think the Midtjylland game was quite pleasing because we created more chances than we had in the games before that. Danish should probably score in the second half. Marco had 1 in the first half, and Beck. And to go to Midtjylland and do that is pleasing, because they're obviously a good side, and I'm sure, like I said before, once we get 1 goal, a lot more will follow.
Yeah.
Now you've been here a little over 6 months. What is the status on being a Brøndby player?
I always say it, I enjoy it a lot, not just the football, so the life I've settled in really well. The boys here are brilliant. The manager's been good with me. Obviously, I can relate to him as well, all the coaching staff being English, having worked with him before. I really enjoy it here. The match days are brilliant in the Brøndby Stadium, and my family like it, so everyone's happy.
How's the quality of the Danish league compared to the other leagues you've played in?
I think it's very underrated. I think everyone said that when I come, like, you'll be surprised at the level, because where I'm from, the Danish league is not talked about, but I think you see the players this club produced in the past, the players this country produces, the Danish football is good, and I think when people come here, they understand how good it is, and it is a very good league. It's a tough league, physical, but also very technically good. You see teams like Nordsjælland, every team's different. Sønderjysk are obviously more physical, Midtjylland as well. But then you have Nordsjælland try to play football, so every game's a different challenge.
How is it compared to Championship? Is more physical in Championship?
It's probably more physical in the Champ, Here's probably more technically better. Players are better on the ball here. I think the level of games is probably technically better here because in the Championship there's so many games, the level probably falls off a little bit. But yeah, here's probably less physical, but technically a lot better.
Technical?
I'd say, yeah. Like North Zealand always comes to mind, like the young players, they're given a chance to play, and I think even in Brøndby you see Ambek, Noah, Clement, these sort of players are so technically gifted, whereas if they were in a Championship club, would they have been given an opportunity? Probably not, because it's more about fight and run and physicality. So yeah, I'd say this league is technically better.
Many young players training with the squad. Anyone in particular have impressed you?
Ambek, everyone knows Ambek has quality, shown it in games. But Vigo has come up with us since January and he looks really good. But I think it's also difficult. They're 16, 17. It's hard to put pressure on them because this club, there is a lot of pressure with this club. So for them to play every week, it would be difficult and probably not fair on them. Ambek's done really well because he's come in and played really well. But even for him, it's important not to put too much pressure because they're still young, they're still learning. But Vigo, Ambek, even Ali, I really like midfielder. Rafa, centre back, he's got all the attributes to be good. And yeah, they say their age is 15, 16, and it's crazy because when I was that age, I was playing with 15 and 16-year-olds, not men. But yeah, no, they're good, and yeah, we try and help them as much as possible.
And can you give them something with your experience?
Yeah, I think you can try it. Like you try to talk to them, they're very shy, so they probably wouldn't come to you and ask for advice. But yeah, on the pitch, like you can try and give them tips. And I try that with Ambek because I'm marking Ambek in training, or Rafa I'm playing next to. So yeah, I try to do this with little pointers. But yeah, they'll be learning every day just being around the squad.
In the beginning of the season, we did score quite a few goals on set pieces, but it's like the last period. It's been a bit more difficult. How much are you working on the set pieces?
We work on this a lot. Probably two days a week. There's a big focus on this. But yeah, we do need to get back to scoring goals from set pieces. We haven't looked threatening from too many of them recently, but it's a big part of the game, especially in England now. You see teams like Arsenal, the whole of the Premier League are putting the ball in the box at every opportunity with even throw-ins. I think we've tried that a bit, and we probably should have scored from throw-ins. I remember the game, I can't remember, was it Randers? Mads should have scored from a flick on, but yeah, we're having chances, and yeah, it's a big part of the game.
Going back to the quality of the Danish league, what about the tactical part? How do you think the quality is there?
Yeah, I think it is good as well. I think a lot of games are, if you look at the games, they're very tactically, like teams cancelling each other out. This manager, he's big on tactics and shape, and I think that's just how it is in England as well, like where he's come from and where I've come from, so that's no surprise. But yeah, I'm sure the other teams, they're all set up really well. Like you can tell in the games when you're playing against, I don't know, the teams down the bottom, Vejle, Frøkjær, they all have a way of playing, and they're all really well drilled. So yeah, the tactic side of this league is good also.
And now you play Viborg on Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you have a little bit of like revenge feeling in the body after a poor performance over there a few weeks ago?
Yeah, a little bit. We want to win. Even if it wasn't Viborg this week, we need to win. So yeah, we want to win every game in this Championship round and just see where it leaves us come the end of the season.
Who will make the next Brøndby goal?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Hopefully me. But
back to the set pieces.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was me, but yeah, I don't care. It could be an own goal, anyone. I don't care. We just need a goal at this moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All good.
Thank you.
Bliver det dig, der får jublen til at bryde løs herude for første gang i meget lang tid?
Det skal bare være en af os 11 på banen, eller en af de personer, der kommer ind på banen. Det er sgu lidt underordnet, hvem der er. Nu skal vi bare lagt den i kassen og få lagt det væk, og så bare fortsætte derfra.
Hvorfor ikke scoret? Altså, hvad er forklaringen på det?
Det er jo så simpelt, at bolden ikke er røget ind over stregen. Altså, der er jo mange ting, der kan være med til det. Vi har jo ikke været skarpe nok på vores afslutninger, når vi er kommet til dem. Og inden da har vi jo ikke været skarpe nok til at sætte afslutningerne op. Så det er jo,
men kan det have noget at gøre med, I mange nye, der ikke kender hinanden?
Nej, det er jo jeg tror, hvis du går ud og ser vores træninger, så ligger bolden ind i kassen en masse gange. Så det er jo et spørgsmål om, at den første kommer. Altså dybest set den første kamp har valgt sin store chance, som på mirakelvis bliver reddet af keeperen derinde, og så har det været en anden historie. Så det har bare været manglende kvalitet for os, og så igen fodbold er et spil med selvtillid. Og altså, der er et stort pres herude, så nu har vi nogle nye spillere, der ikke har spillet her før. Vi har nogle unge spillere også, der lige skal vende sig til det efter alt er rosenrødt, når man har fået sin debut. Så det er jo bare, det er hårdt. Så det er bare, når den første kommer, så har det med at, så har det med at komme i flere bagefter i hvert fald.
I ændrede lidt taktisk, strukturelt, formationsmæssigt over i Midtjylland. Hvordan passede det dig?
Jamen altså, det passer mig fint. Jeg tror, formålet med også at få mig ind, det var jo ligesom at få på en eller anden måde en legemarker også til Wallis. Fordi altså det Nora viste i efteråret var jo virkelig, virkelig højt niveau, men det var også meget individuelt, drive bolden og få afsluttet, hvor jeg tror, formålet med for mig var lidt med også at kunne kigge for at sætte Wallis op til afslutninger og få indlæg ind i hovedet på ham, så man er god til at time. Og jeg synes, vi kom lidt tættere på hinanden i den kamp, fordi der var lidt mere frihed til at bevæge sig rundt. Og jeg synes også, det er den kamp, vi har skabt markant flere chancer og fået flest kvalificerede afslutninger afsted. Så forhåbentlig var det en smagsprøve på at det kan blive godt samarbejde.
Ja, så den kamp i Midtjylland føler du var sådan et, altså har det været godt for truppen at få sådan en præstation, som var lidt
mere fremad? Det er jo det der med fodbold, man tager jo alt. Man har det med at lægge alle 4 kampe sammen. Jeg tror, hvis man kigger på hver enkelte kamp, og ikke havde tænkt over, at vi ikke havde scoret 3 kampe i streg op til Herning, så tror jeg jo, at man godt kunne være tilfreds, måske stolt af et stort ord, men tilfreds med den performance, vi leverer derovre, fordi vi skaber rigtig mange chancer. Vi holder det mest scorende hold for at score, og dybest set, så skaber de jo ikke super meget. Der er lidt par dødbolde, som de jo også er skarpe til, men vi holder dem jo dybest set for noget stort. Så den isoleret set var jo en god performance, hvor det jo dybest set også tør os op for prikket den ind, og det har ikke været godt nok. Og det er der, hvor jeg siger, at sneboldseffekten, ikke? Når den første kommer, så ruller den så stor. Ikke?
Hvad kan I nå i den her sæson?
Jamen, vi kan nå at få 3 point på søndag forhåbentlig.
Jamen,
og derefter er der jo 3 point mere.
Som...
Jamen, det må tiden vise. Altså, vi er Brøndby, så det er jo, altså, vi skal jo ligge så højt som muligt. Den måde sæsonen har udviklet sig på, så er der 2 hold, der er stået af, så det vil være svært at gå her og sige, at vi skal vinde guld eller få sølv. Det virker enormt svært. Men vi skal ud og blive nummer 3, så vi forhåbentlig til næste sæson kan spille om at komme i Europa. Det er jo målsætning, men det kræver, at man tager de første 3 point, og så 3 point derefter. Og hvis der så er et hold over os, der jogger i spinaten, jamen så tager vi jo glædeligt imod det, men vi må holde fokus på os selv og tage en kamp i gang.
Hvad synes du egentlig om din egen start i Brøndby-trøjen?
Jamen det har jo ikke været, ligesom holdet har det jo ikke været til UK og krydse slange. Altså det har været isoleret set på kampene, der har der været nogle fine ting, nogle fine positioner, men der har jo manglet noget slutprodukt ligesom alle andre. Jeg synes igen, Herning-kampen var en god kamp for mig. Jeg synes, at anden halvleg blev bedre og bedre og bedre. Det var også meget omstilling, og den måde, de spiller på, efterlader også en del plads. Med en bak, der skubber højt, og en simsier, der ikke altid løber 100% tilbage. Så det var måske fint at få sådan en kamp, hvor man havde lige lidt ekstra tid til at komme fremad. Og der synes jeg, at jeg får vist, at jeg kan sætte chancer op for de andre og selv komme til afslutning. Så det var en fin kamp, men de første 2 og starten var jo ikke det, jeg havde håbet, eller hvad Brøndby havde håbet.
Ja. Hvad bliver det så for en kamp på søndag? Nu skal I møde... Altså, I spiller jo ikke nogen god kamp derovre. Måske den dårligste i foråret.
Ja. Nej, men altså... Forhåbentlig skal vi, i forhold til Herning, i Herning, så skal vi lidt mere på bolden, skabe kampen, og så skal vi tage det gode med for Herning, som bare at vi skaber chancer, også at kunne køre omstillinger. Alt behøver ikke at være 1 milliard afleveringer, inden man får scoret. Så det bliver forhåbentlig en kamp, hvor vi er mere på bolden, vi er chanceskabende og kommer fremad og kan ligesom lidt forholde dem ned på egen banehalvdel, for det er jo et godt hold, det har de jo vist nu. Var jo ikke med den første kamp herovre, men der vandt de jo også, så det er jo ikke en nem kamp, men vi skal ud og vise, at vi trods alt er Brøndby, vi er på hjemmebane, og vi længtes efter 3 point, så det skal jo også gerne kunne ses, og forhåbentlig udmønte sig, så skal det udmønte sig i 3 point.
Du må vel også glæde dig til at prøve at høre sådan et Brøndby-afsnit eksplodere. Det har du til gode nu, som spiller i hvert fald.
Det glæder jeg mig også til. Så jeg håber, jeg er sat så stærkt på, at det kommer på søndag.
Jeg ændrer lidt jeres formation. Taler her om. Hvad kommer det til at betyde for jeres angrebsspil? At I har, nu sidst var det dig, Wallis, der lå der?
Det er jo bare, man kan sige, det det er jo nok mest for angriberne, der er en forskel, hvor man kan sige, de første par kampe, der lå der en angriber op alene, hvor nu ligger der jo 2 angriber, så forhåbentlig kan de hjælpe hinanden lidt mere og tage deres stopper væk. Men ellers prøver vi jo at angribe, om det man spiller 4-3-3, eller om man spiller 4-2-2-2, eller hvad fanden formationer det hedder, så går man jo efter at få flest mulige spillere op i modstanderens felt. Hvordan det så lige kommer til at foregå, kan jo være lidt forskelligt, men altså, ja, målet er jo det samme, og det er jo, at vi skal prikke bolden ind, så det er lidt underordnet med formationen.
Men har bakkerne fået en større rolle i at holde bredden?
Nej, jeg synes hele tiden, at mit indtryk har været, at nu var det Marco Villa sidst, og de andre kampe har været Sean og Marco, men jeg tror da hele tiden, man har kunne se, at bakkerne i Brøndby har været brede. Så de første gang har vi haft nogle brede punkter foran dem også. Nu var det lidt mere smalt sidste gang, og så må vi se på søndag, hvad trænerstaben finder ud af. Er det rigtigt?
Hvad har egentlig overrasket dig mest her i din anden Superliga-termin, hvis man kan sige det sådan?
Jeg tror ikke, der er så meget, der overraskede mig, men det er klart, det er jo... Altså, selvom fodbold er det samme spil overalt, så som jeg vidste, så er det noget andet spil i Danmark, end at spille i England. Og jeg tror bare, jeg er blevet bekræftet i det, at det er en liga, hvor der er enormt meget struktur på alle holdene. Vi er et folkefærd, hvor vi alle sammen har det med at yde en ekstra indsats for hinanden. Det er lidt sådan, det er bygget op herhjemme, hvor man i udlandet jo typisk godt går af og spiller længere op i banen, der har det med ikke at løbe lige så hurtigt hjem. Så det er, du spiller mod 11 spillere og 10 markspillere, der står godt placeret. Så som offensivspiller har du lidt mindre tid på bolden, hvor du måske som sekser stopper nogle gange, føler du har meget tid på bolden. Så det er det spil, jeg har forventet, og det jeg kunne huske, men og så at få fundet hullerne i osten har jo ikke været med.
Louis Binks har stået og sagde, at teknisk synes han, Superligaen var bedre end Championship, men fysisk var Championship selvfølgelig meget, meget stærkere. Hvad er din opfattelse?
Jamen, det er jo også meget rigtigt. Jeg synes jo, det er svært at sige, om den er mere teknisk, fordi du har jo spillere i Championship, der er på et andet teknisk niveau her. Men hvis man tager medianspilleren af den engelske sekser kontra den danske sekser, så er det tekniske spil højere i Danmark. Men der er jo individuelt topniveau i Championship, som vi ikke kan være med på herhjemme. Men det er meget fysisk. Altså Binks og Ben er jo ikke jo store herhjemme i forhold til nogle stopper, men over i England så findes der jo større stopper og hurtigere stopper, så det er bare et enormt fysisk frem- og tilbagespil, hvor igen, dansk er bare lidt mere struktureret. Og fordi du har lidt mere tid på bolden, længere tilbage i banen, kan det også virke lidt mere teknisk, men den store forskel er strukturen på spillet.
Injured,
Alves
is out, yeah. Yes, and Köhler, what about him?
Yeah, he's back training. I think probably the free weekend was a good thing for him. No, I don't think for anyone else, but it was good for Mats because it's allowed him to have another week's training. We played a practice game last Friday, Silkeborg, and he managed to get 45 minutes. He's a really, really fit guy. He's probably in the top 1 or 2 fittest guys in the club, to be fair. So he can adapt pretty well to being back on the pitch and the demands of a football match. So yeah, but he's with us and he'll be in the squad and available for selection on the weekend.
What about other injuries at the team?
No, we're okay. Like I said, Philip and Alves are long term out for the season. We're still managing some knocks with. Well, no, Usman's got an ankle that needs looking after, and there's 1 or 2 guys that will always have sort of managing situations at this time of the season. So you'll see guys on modified training that might come out of training a little bit earlier on certain days, but overall, touch wood, our availability is quite good at the moment.
More than 6 hours without a goal.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Is that mentally a problem or?
Well, it's not good, that's for sure, and I think we're searching now for different solutions to find ways of being more of a threat on the pitch. I think obviously it's clear that we lost our biggest threat in the transfer window, but we need to find a way now to regroup that threat, whether it be through different players or different tactics or different strategies. So, I said when something's not going right in your game, and at the moment it's scoring goals with us. Other phases, it could be conceding goals, it could be your possession play, your build-up play. At the moment, what we're not doing well enough is it's our end product in the final third, creating and scoring goals. The first thing you have to do is take responsibility and own it, and nobody's hiding away from the fact that we haven't been a threat, and we want to do something about it. So whether that's myself and the coaching team with our planning and strategies, whether it's the team and particularly the attacking players, need to take responsibility, and we need to do something about it, and that's what we aim to do.
This interview is going to be so fire.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Probably do it just before they think I did it just before the game. Well, the fans will be thinking they missed a game.
Yeah, but I like this. It's cool.
Yeah.
But Steve, we just talked to Mads Frøkjær, who said that like the Midtjylland game was regarding like scoring goals, even though you didn't score, a step in a good direction. Do you agree with that?
I think to go back to the question before, we have to accept and not look for excuses that we should always be scoring in games or creating chances. I do think there was a step forward in the Midtjylland game. We were definitely more committed to scoring. We showed more desire to score, whether it's our runs in the box, whether it was our forward passing, whether it was our individual moments, whether it was some of the positions we took up tactically. There was definitely a step forward in that. It's a pity. Oops, sorry. It's a pity that we didn't score, but you know, like I said, I see that game a little bit different to the three games before, because they were poor. Like, there's no doubt about that. We were boring at the top end of the pitch. So let's do something about it. You know, let's do something about it. And like I said, we're thinking of all different ways and means of improving. But it starts with taking responsibility, owning the situation, and doing something about it, and playing with belief. Because, for sure, I don't think anybody is looking at this, and I'm certainly not thinking that we haven't got good enough players to score goals, to create goals. We've just got to make it happen a bit more. There's no doubt about that.
And you played a friendly game on Friday.
Yeah.
Can you say something about that game? What did you hope to get out of it?
Well, I think we didn't really need the free weekend. I don't think it's come at maybe not a great time for us, because we're trying to find rhythm in our game, and we after the sort of Midtjylland game, we wanted to play again quickly, because we felt that although we were disappointed we didn't win, we felt there were some things in the performance that we liked. So I think it was important to play another game, and it's always a good game against Silkeborg because of how they play, and how Kent coaches them and things like that, and it proved to be that. So we treated it like a normal game. It never quite is, of course, with no crowd and some points to play for.
Now you can just put this.
Yeah, we should have put the noise on. Yeah, it reminds me of COVID actually. But we played the game well, and everyone got important minutes, and I thought that we did some good things, but I feel like the training's been really good. You know, like I said, in the end, we're going to get judged on results and performances, and rightly so, and we all live in that world. But I have to say, behind the scenes, like there's a really good training vibe. There's really good motivation. Players have got the right anger in their temperament and attitude at the moment about results improving and doing better. So we really want to get going.
What is the realistic goal for the season? Is that to be third?
Well, I think that there's obviously a big gap to 1 and 2 now, and we have to accept that's a fact. But when there's something to play for, we have to play for it, and we have to win. And like I said, I do firmly believe in one day at a time, never mind one game at a time. It is something that I've always talked about, even though it's a bit of a cliche answer. In a mixed zone, but we are really committed to what we're doing with the plan. We know that previous results have not been good enough, and even parts of the performances have not been good enough, but we really believe that we can go in the right direction, and we're committed to that plan, and we're really excited about what we can do. And every day that we're spending more together, we feel like that we're putting layers and layers on our work, but that will only count for something if we start winning games, and that's what we want to do. So our plan is to go into the next 10 games, go into every game to win, and that won't change until the final whistle of the season. What's to be played for will be dependent on the results, and let's hope there's something to show at the end of the year, because there's a lot to play for, and I'm getting used to this split, and I'm getting used to the strategy of the league, and I can see how exciting it can be for supporters, because there's not many teams in the top or bottom that are not playing for something. So we've got to make sure we concentrate on ourselves and commit to winning as many games as we can.
And I know that all games are important, but Is there a little something extra to this Viborg game because
the last one?
Also, the last one, but also they go past us if they win.
Yeah, and that's the I guess the excitement of the league. So we let ourselves down a few weeks ago in Viborg. There's no doubt about that. I do think the team is in a little bit of a better, different and better place now to what it was then, and I hope that shows in the performance. There's always context around any game you play, and one of them around this one is that we didn't play anywhere near good enough a few weeks ago. I know it was different conditions and it was away and things like that, but that was not a good night. So we want to put that right. We want to put our performances right. We want to improve results. We want to start scoring goals. And the only way to do that is to concentrate on yourselves and what we can do, and that's what we're aiming to do.
When Alves is out with injury, will it be that Rasmus Lauritsen will stay?
Rasmus is with us and Jordy's with us.
The rest of the season?
Until I'm told otherwise. So Raz and Jordy have been excellent. I know game time has been minimal, but they're really good professionals and are ready to play. There's no doubt about that. And like I said, what we have done, I think, fairly well since we've come back is played a lot of practice matches and what do you call them, test matches or practice friendlies?
Friendly.
Yeah, we played a lot of them, and even though they've not played Superliga games, they're not miles away from match fitness because of the amount of games that we've played, even including last Friday. So they'll be ready to play if needed.
And they stay.
Yeah.
Can you put a few more words to what you hope to achieve with the rest of this season? It don't have to be medals or European Cup, but what are you hoping to achieve?
Well, yeah, I think there's always we can never get away from the here and now. It's always about the last game and the next game, but whether it's performance or result. And we're Brøndby, and we should suffer when we don't win, and we should be happy when we do win, but get ready for the next one. And that's always got to be the mantra of a big club, and certainly the size of Brøndby, and not just Denmark, but in Scandinavia. But I also know that we're trying to really create a winning culture. There's been asked quite a lot about the change with Benjamin and some of the stuff that we've been working on together in terms of helping long-term performance, whether it be changing facilities, introduction of physical programs, introductions of individual programs, introductions of new analysis processes. We've done a lot together, there's no doubt about that. And that's not just to help now, that's to help the longer term of performance of the team. So we've got to stay on that plan. I will always come out and talk about today and tomorrow because that's what everyone's interested in, but behind the scenes we've got to build towards the future as well, and that's what we're doing. So to answer your question, we want to win every game that we play, absolutely. But I want to make sure that every day we get better in what we're doing, and we really become a team and a club that can high perform in every aspect of performance. And I feel that will give us the best chance of not just competing for a title or a cup every now and then, but doing it on a regular basis. But we've got a lot of work to do before we get there.
But how far are you with that winning mentality, the work of getting a winning mentality?
Yeah, I don't know the exact answer to that, but I don't think we're where we need to be. There's no doubt about that. But we will get towards it, and I really believe in the work that we're doing. I really believe in the plans and the strategies, but we've got to win enough games along the way as well. So, I'm standing there now, we've not won for 7 games, we've not scored in so many, and that's never a good thing. But I'm also really excited and motivated about what we are going to become. So let's hope that we can sort out the short term while knowing that the longer term can be a good place.
The news broke about Benjamin Smedjes changing jobs. Has that affected you in any way?
It was a surprise, if I'm being honest, but I respect the decision and Benjamin and why he's doing what he's doing, and in the end I congratulate him and wish him well because he's going to a good job. So, but I was surprised. I don't think it's ever a really good thing if you lose or you have to make a change in such a prominent position, particularly at a big football club like this. But if there's something that is quite positive about this change is that it doesn't have to be a rush, because obviously he's working until the end of the season, so that means that it gives the club and ownership and whoever time to really think about what's next. So So I think that's, like I said, it's never a good thing when you change a position of such prominence, but at least it doesn't have to be a rush, or it doesn't have to be anything interim. At least it can be a transition period of change. With all of these things, what I think is really important is alignment, that there's a real clear line from the top to the bottom of the club, and we're all heading in the same direction. We're all really clear on what the goals are, so that every decision that we make and every action that we make can be done compared to where we want to be. So I'm sure the club will be thinking the same, and we'll like I say, got enough time now to think about what they want to do next after Benjamin. But it's a pity because, like I said, we get on really well. We sort of push and support each other mutually, and not that you can see so much because it's behind the scenes. We've implemented a lot together, but it doesn't mean that work can't continue, because it's not implementing what's right for me and Benjamin. It's implementing and changing what's right for the football club. So we've got to keep that going as well.
You said you were surprised about it. Can you elaborate a little bit about it?
Yeah, only because I wasn't expecting it. That's when I say surprised. You know, I understand this processes that you have to go through, and I knew I was one of the first people to know, but I can't say that I knew much before everybody else knew, because I didn't, and that's what I mean by surprise. That's all. I just wasn't expecting it.
I don't think I have it.
Okay, good.
Maybe I want. You've been talking a lot about playing with the broad and fast wingers.
Yeah.
But it seems like you might have changed that a little bit. Has there been a tactical formation?
I think when something's not quite right in the game, and at the moment it's creating and scoring goals, I and the coaching staff, but particularly me, is not going to be stubborn enough not to think about you have to adapt and change some things. So maybe we are thinking about some different ways of tactically setting up. Like I said, we are, and I really believe we have it in the squad, but we are looking to replace what Noah give us in terms of goal threat. So we have to maybe think about doing it slightly different. What that looks like, our principle of play won't change in terms of what we want, because that is something I will stick to and will believe in. But if tactically it looks slightly different from game to game, I think that's the modern game. You know, you see so many teams, you're even watching the Champions League the last few nights, there's so many teams that play in so many different ways, and we've got to aim to be the same. Our challenge at the moment is making sure we've got enough players on the pitch that can really create and score goals. So the answer to the question is we are searching and thinking about some changes, and but you also got to think about the next game and where might be the areas to exploit as well.
What do you think about Brøndby?
Yeah, it's a brilliant story, isn't it? You know, and they're good for it. You know, it's not a fluke, it's not a coincidence. It's been a journey of longevity, and I think for even teams in Denmark, it gives everyone hope really of what can be achieved. But what it is a brilliant example of is a plan that they've committed to, and they've built a team, and they don't make too many changes, and they stick to the way they play.
And play with many Norwegian players.
And built it over years and years and years, and become something really strong. And that is the essence of a plan. A plan is about, keeping all your best players together, committing to your style of play, becoming brilliant at it, and believing that you can take it on the biggest stage. And, I'd love to be in a position here where we can say, well, we have that. And if I'm being honest, that's what I want to build towards. So I think looking at that is a great example of what can be achieved.
It's surprised. It's a very surprised in Europe in football.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? Because of it's not respectfully, it's not a prominent league. It's a good league. All these leagues are good. The Super League, is, I've said before, is so underrated. And it's an exciting league. Good, and I'm going to repeat: good players, good coaches, good infrastructures, good plans. Every team you come up against is a challenge in a different way. So they'll be the same there in Norway, and it doesn't just give hope, it just shows what can be done if you have a clear plan, clear alignment, and you stick to it.